Welcome to this first tutorial for CPMS. In this video we will go over creating a new login, requesting access, and how to use the two-factor authentication system. In order to start using CPMS, you must first create a new login. To facilitate this operation, a link has been placed on the CPMS login page. Click on Create an account. Enter your first name, last name, and your email address. You must also enter the security code, which in the example we are showing here, is MFPQM. Finally, tick the privacy statement box and click Create an account. Next, via the second link, on the CPMS login page, use your newly created EU login to enter into DG Santi's primary authentication system, known as SAS. Click Request Access. Select CPMS on the list of systems. Click Step 2. On the following screen, click Open, next to the ERN you wish to request access for. Now, you need to select the country in which the healthcare provider you are working for is located. If, however, you are not working for a ERN-approved healthcare provider, and you need guest access, select the item 0000 Guest Access. For non-guest access, select your healthcare provider by clicking in the circle next to its name. Click Step 3. On this page you must select the role you want. Multiple roles can be selected if required. Healthcare professional. This is the basic role for a doctor of medicine, nurse, and other professionals exercising regulated healthcare activities. The role gives you access to enroll patients, and to see all patients enrolled in your healthcare provider. It allows you to create panels, and participate in panels, both as lead, and as a regular member. This role is mandatory, if you select the dispatcher, or the coordinator role. Coordinator. This role is basically designed for the ERN coordinator. However, it can be attributed to any user, if approved by the actual ERN coordinator. Users with the coordinator role handles requests for assistance. For example, in the case of a guest user, who cannot be invited to panels by regular users, or in the case a panel needs to be forwarded to another ERN. The coordinator also has access to key performance indicators, which includes active users, panels closed, panels created, and thematic groups. Dispatcher. This role is designed to delegate one of the tasks of a coordinator, which is the handling of requests for assistance from other ERN members, with the exception of inviting guests. Apart from handling coordinator assistance requests, the role is identical to the healthcare professional role. Dispatchers do not have access to the key performance indicators. Researcher. This is a role that allows users, who may or may not be healthcare professionals, to access the database and registries application, in order to build queries and reports on anonymized data entered in the ERN. Researchers do not have access to the key performance indicators. As mentioned, this is the only role you can select, where you are not required to also select the HP role. Once you have selected the role, or roles, you want, click on Step 4. On the final page, you can put an optional comment, and when done, press Submit Request Access. Once the request has been approved by the ERN coordinator, you should be able to log in to CPMS, using your EU login. However, for security reasons, CPMS uses two-factor authentication. This means you cannot log in using only your password. There are 3 verification methods you can choose from. You can use the EU login application for smart devices, either using a dedicated PIN code, or by scanning QR codes. The third option is to use a code sent via SMS. We will demonstrate how to configure and use each of the 3 options. The first step for all of them is that you need to access your EU login account, which you can do by clicking on the link you used in the beginning to create the account. Once logged in, click on the small cog and select My Account. We will start with the most commonly used method, which is receiving a login code via SMS. To enable this feature, you need to register your mobile phone number by clicking on Manage My Mobile Phone Numbers. Click on Add a Mobile Phone Number, and on the next screen, enter your mobile phone number, including the country code. Once you click Add, an SMS message will automatically be sent to your mobile phone. The message contains an authorization code that you need to enter in the challenge response. Once the code has been entered, your mobile phone number will be registered on your account. To now use this feature to log in, on the CPMS login page, click on Login via EU Login. Enter your password, and select the verification method mobile phone plus SMS. Enter the number you registered in the mobile phone box, and click Sign In. An SMS message will be sent directly to your mobile phone, containing an authorization code, which you need to enter in the SMS text challenge. Normally the message arrives immediately, but it can take several minutes. Once received, type it into the challenge boxes, and click Sign In. The other two available verification methods require that you install the EU Login application on your smart device. However, before doing that, you need to register your device on your EU Login account. You do this by selecting the option, Manage My Mobile Devices. Click Add a Mobile Device. You have to give it a name, and you need to select a 4-digit PIN. Once you are done, click Submit, after which you will be presented with a QR code that you need to scan with the EU Login application. To scan the code, you need to install the EU Login application. We are demonstrating it here on an Android device. However, the process of going to the application store, finding the application, and installing it, is basically the same across Android, iOS, and Windows Phone. Once the application is installed, you have to open it. Even though this is shown on Android, the user interface of the application is the same across all three mobile device platforms. Select the option Initialize. Press the check mark. The application will activate your camera, and you need to scan the QR code from your computer screen. When the application recognizes it, you are asked for the PIN code you selected when registering your device. Once you have entered your PIN code, and pressed the check mark, your phone will be properly registered on your account, and you will see a notification in the application confirming the registration. To log in to CPMS, using the EU Login application, and your PIN code, you simply need to click on Login via EU Login, enter your password, and select the verification method, EU Login, mobile app, PIN code, and click Sign In. A notification will appear on your smart device, telling you that there is a pending login request from the EU Login application. Press on it, and you will be asked to enter your PIN code. Enter it, and press the check mark. You will now be logged into CPMS. As a small side note, on logging in using your PIN, on devices that have a fingerprint reader, you are able to replace your PIN code with your fingerprint by going to Settings and selecting Enroll Fingerprint. Doing this will allow you to log into CPMS without having to type your PIN. Simply press the fingerprint reader. The final verification method you can use is to scan QR codes. Click on Login via EU Login, enter your password, and select EU Login, mobile app, QR code, and press Sign In. You will be presented with a QR code, which you need to scan, using the EU Login application, on your smart device. In the EU Login application, press on Scan QR code. The application will engage your camera, and you will need to scan the QR code from your computer screen. Once the application recognizes the code, the verification key will be displayed on the screen. Enter the code, and press on Sign In. You will now be logged into CPMS. We hope you have enjoyed this video and found its content useful. For any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact our help desk.